Let's get started. Welcome to this lesson, Family Soul, and we're going to talk about belonging, the core need for belonging. Belonging is not just a desire, it is a need. It's essential for emotional stability, for success, and most importantly, for well-being. What happens after we restore belonging? Isn't that why we're talking about this? So what happens afterwards? So once belonging is restored, we often see profound shifts. Clients feel lighter as if a weight has been lifted. Emotional patterns that once seemed impossible to change begin to dissolve. A new sense of peace and connection emerges within families, and a natural flow of love and support is restored across generations. This is powerful. I want you just to own that there is so much richness in this work. When we restore belonging, we don't just heal the past. We transform the present and the future. Wow. When we restore belonging, we don't just heal the past, we transform the present and the future. So it's not about digging in the past and bringing up the past and being stuck in the past, in the painful past. It is about transforming it so that we have a good future going forward. We create space for love, for connection, and for the natural flow of life to return. Take a moment today to reflect. Who in your family system may have been excluded, and how can you honor them, even in a small way? By doing this, you take a powerful step towards healing, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. So let's talk about applying systemic belonging to coaching and healing. So first, we need to create a safe space, an open space for your clients to explore their sense of belonging. We ask open-ended questions that invite them to reflect on their family dynamics, who is included in the system, and who has been excluded. Gently guide them to acknowledge the hidden stories that have shaped their experience. This is where the magic happens. When clients can see these patterns, they begin to heal. One of the most powerful ways to support your clients is reconnecting through guided exercises. And these exercises allow them to symbolically place excluded members in their rightful position. So I've given you some exercises already, but let's look at what else we can do. It's beautiful, and we want to create beautiful, transformative processes that invite them to feel whole again. But before we do that, we ask, why is systemic belonging so important in coaching and healing? You may have your answer. This is my answer. Belonging is at the heart of all human experiences. Belonging is at the heart of all human experiences. When someone feels disconnected, whether from their family, community, or even themselves, they struggle to find peace, purpose, and fulfillment. In systemic coaching and healing, belonging is not just about fitting in. It's about acknowledging who and what has been excluded and reintegrating these missing pieces, helping clients to recognize and restore these connections can bring profound transformation, allowing them to let go or I prefer the term release, and be released of inherited emotional burdens, break free from repetitive patterns, feel a deep sense of wholeness and purpose, and experience greater harmony and relationships. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break here because I don't want to make this too long. So be with me. I will be with you shortly so that we can just dive a little bit deeper in how you can create a safe space for your clients and what you can do in your practice that will really, really work for you. I'll see you in the next video. So I've spoken about creating a safe space for exploration, and I've said it again and again and again, because this is such an important step to take. Because we need to create a space where clients feel safe to explore their family dynamics. Because this is a foreign concept to them. Everybody is just, I've done something wrong, so let me, whatever have I done, or we remember a childhood memory that we have PTSD from. So this is something new, so we need to really make a client feel safe in this space. And we do this by beginning with deep listening, allowing their clients to share experiences without interruptions. We ask gentle, open-ended questions that encourage reflection. We use non-judgmental language to help them feel supported rather than being defensive. And we acknowledge the emotions and resistance as natural part of a process. So, for example, a client comes in feeling they never truly belonged anywhere. I've had plenty of those clients. And instead of giving them advice, you may ask, can you tell me about your family? Who was present for you and who wasn't? This is really a very inviting question because you are now making this client feel they belong. And when you touch them on who was present for you and who wasn't, they immediately feel like you care. Another question is there someone in your family who was forgotten or left out or excluded? And the client may or may not remember, but often there is talk in the family, and often a client will say, I don't really know, but my mother spoke about da, 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 and then the story comes. Okay. And then you continue with, how has this sense of disconnection shown up in different areas of your life? So here we explore what are the patterns of the disconnection that have now shown up because of this disruption. And then you simply hold space for these reflections. The client begins to uncover hidden family stories that may be influencing their sense of belonging. And then we go into guided exercises for restoring systemic belonging. And one of the most powerful ways to support your client is reconnecting One of the most powerful ways to support your client in reconnecting is through guided exercises. These exercises allow them to symbolically place excluded members in their rightful position, restoring balance and healing. It's a beautiful and transformative process that invites them to feel whole again. So these are exercises that you can do in your office. And I'm going to give you 3 key exercises. The one is the empty chair exercise. The purpose is to symbolically invite excluded members back into the system. How do you do it? You set up an empty chair to represent the excluded person. And even just that, often, even if the person doesn't know that empty chair person, the client doesn't know the empty chair person, they immediately feel emotions coming up, thoughts coming up, etc., coming up. So It's really powerful. And then we ask the client to speak directly to the chair, acknowledging what has been unspoken. So whatever they give to you, whatever the client gives to you, you just say, acknowledge it. Acknowledge it to that. It's happening to you, but acknowledge it as happening to the excluded person as well. So, and encourage them to say things like, I see you. I honor your place in our family. You belong. And what that does, it gives that client power to say, wow, if I can say that to that person, that means I'm inadvertently saying it back to myself. So can you see how powerful this exercise is? So guide them to notice any emotions or shifts in their body. So an example is a client struggling with fear of failure may discover that an ancestor was disowned for making an unconventional life choice. And by recognizing and acknowledging this person, the client releases the unconscious fear that they too will be excluded for following their path. So again, the belief that is now in the family system becomes your client's belief or has become your client's belief. So I have created the Wisdom of the Family Soul cards. So if you have them, you can use them. If you don't have them, you can obtain them either in a physical format or in the online format, which should be available soon. So our our subconscious often holds the answers we need. We just need the right prompts to bring them forward. So the wisdom of the family soul cards can be used as a powerful tool to help clients gain clarity on hidden family dynamics. So how to use the cards. A client may draw a card and the question is, who is missing in your family story? And the card may be chosen intuitively. It may be any other question. Read the question or insight on the card and encourage the client to reflect on what comes up. Discuss any emotions, memories, or insights that may arise. So I have an example where a client with self-worth draws a card that says, what role did silence play in your family? And she was like, well, I don't know. But this leads them to realize that their great-grandmother's pain was never spoken about. And that with a little bit of giving the space of silence, she came up with that answer. And she now felt that she unconsciously carried the silence, and acknowledging it allowed her to step into her own voice. So this is a really, really powerful exercise. It's really beautiful. You can do that. But this is an exercise that I love doing. It's a circle of belonging visualization. The purpose is to help clients feel energetically reconnected to their family system. So where do we start? We guide a client to slightly come into a meditative state by either breathing, just doing a little bit of relaxation, and then we have them visualize their family standing in a circle. And we ask them to notice who is missing or who's standing apart. And we gently invite them to bring the missing members into the circle. And we encourage the client to repeat, you belong, I see you, I honor your place, and have them notice any changes on how they feel. So I have another short example where a client always felt disconnected from a father's side of their family. And with this visualization, an unknown great-grandmother sort of stood outside the circle, and by bringing her in and symbolically inviting her back, she experienced a newfound sense of grounding and acceptance. So I will leave you with this now. I will continue in a little while with what happens when clients restore their sense of belonging. We started off there. We'll continue with that. Just enjoy a little bit of space and come back to the next lesson when you are ready. See you in the next lesson. Okay. What happens when clients restore their sense of belonging? That's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to do. When clients reconnect to their family system in a healthy way, and this is what we're promoting healthy ways, healthy experiences. They think will experience profound shifts in their lives. They will feel more present, more confident, and more at ease. Relationships will improve, limiting beliefs will dissolve, and they will begin to step into their true potential. Isn't that what our coaching is all about? So, here are some common transformations clients experience. They experience a newfound sense of peace and inner security. They experience a release of emotional burdens that never truly belonged to them. And they experience a deeper connection with family, partners, and friends. And with that, they experience the ability to step into their own life path without fear. So, let me close with the following. Systemic belonging is not just about family. It is about life. Ooh. Let me repeat, systemic belonging is not just about family. It is about life. It's about reclaiming your rightful place in the world, stepping into your full potential, and honoring those who came before you. Take a moment to reflect. Who might be missing in your family story, and how has this shaped your journey? And if you'd like to explore deeper, use the wisdom of the family soul cards to uncover insights that can lead to transformation. Let's restore belonging, one soul at a time. I may have a little present for you. Go and look it up. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, it's okay. Wow.